Now at 10, the We Are Baptist Church hosted a back-to-school event for kids and parents before returning to school. Plus, a golf scramble tournament was held by the Little Balkans for this Labor Day weekend. And a local group of musicians hosted a flute circle in Joplin this evening.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A Kansas Christian camp is holding a back-to-school bash for the local community. This is your KOAM News at 10. I'm Jalen Banks. We Are Baptist Camp hosted a get-together for children and parents from the community as they gathered before the school year starts. There were several games, including bounce castles, basketball, and water slides at the event. The camp director says that kids are important.
It's important to the community just to show that God cares, just like we care. My wife and I both work for a school system. We care about these local kids, and we just want them to know that somebody's here to love them. God loves them, we love them, and the camp loves them as well.
The camp has been around since 1960. As a part of the Little Balkan celebrations and the Labor Day weekend, they held a 3-person per team golf scramble tournament, and it drew people from out of town for the Labor Day weekend and multiple family activities. They had a turnout of about 41 teams, and they're hoping that this event will reach back to pre-pandemic levels.
Well, I've been here for 17 years. I would say my favorite thing is a lot of the faces, they're all the same faces every year. So it's fun to catch up with people that you don't see generally day to day or year to year, but we have a lot of people that come in from out of town, and it's real nice to see these people every event. So.
To find more events such as this one, you can go to our website at koamnewsnow.com. The Joplin Native American Flute Circle had its monthly meeting today. The Joplin Native American Flute Circle gathers with Native American flute styles and enthusiasts who appreciate and play Indigenous people American flutes. One member says ages and people who want to play and learn how to play the flute are welcome.
We have all ages, from children to adults to grandmas and grandpas. We have all levels of playing, from just brand new beginners to some very serious musicians, and we also have some award-winning musicians that come from month to month.
The group meets the first Sunday of every month. Tonight, weather extremes from coast to coast, and in Georgia, state of emergencies have been declared in 2 counties. They were swamped by flash flooding after more than a foot of rain fell in the last 24 hours. In Indiana, at least 1 person is dead after rushing water caused widespread devastation. While in the West, several cities are enduring triple-digit temperatures in a severe September heat wave. CBS's Jeff Newen is in Los Angeles with more.
Packed beaches, strained power grids, and a rush to get people and pets out of triple-digit temperatures. Big parts of the West are in the grip of a brutal heat wave.
We used to be able to at least kind of gauge where the weather was going to be, but now it's just kind of a wild card.
Fueled by extreme heat and drought, the Cedar Creek fire in Oregon is just one of the 85 wildfires burning in the U.S. More than 12,000 fire personnel are on the front lines. In Northern California, the Mill Fire has expanded to more than 4,000 acres and destroyed 100 structures.
Great job, fire over there, fire over there.
California is in the 5th day of record-breaking heat. Power grids are stressed, and cities like Glendale are preparing for rolling blackouts. That's where laundromat owner Ross Weston is bracing for the worst.
We don't make money if we don't have the power.
In Death Valley, one of the hottest spots on the planet, weather extremes. Last month, this desert was hit by historic flash flooding. None of these weather events can stop tourists from snapping pictures in front of the giant thermometer.
Our thoughts are with those people, and hopefully we've got kind of weather going on here in the 4 states. Sam?
Yeah, we're not at 127 degrees. Instead, we've been in the upper 80s to around 90 degrees. And we've also had some thunderstorms around the area. Here in Joplin, we had some showers and storms early this afternoon and evening. Now we're just watching the remnants of that down in southwestern Missouri and also in northwestern Arkansas and northwestern Benton County near Southwest City, Missouri is where that shower is still going on right now, putting down quite a bit of a downpour there. So wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of flash flooding down there on some of the roads and streets. But we're going to have more storms tomorrow, and I'll be back in a minute to tell you exactly where and what it's going to be tomorrow, so stay tuned.
With midterm elections inching closer, President Biden and former President Trump are not holding back when addressing supporters. Skylar Henry has the latest from Washington, D.C.
President Biden is spending the holiday weekend at Camp David ahead of a busy week on the road and amid an escalating war of words with former President Trump.
He's an enemy of the state. You want to know the truth?
At a rally in Pennsylvania last night, Trump delivered his first speech since the FBI search of his Mar-a-Lago estate. During the 2-hour address, he blasted President Biden, just a few days after the president called Republicans influenced by Trump a threat to democracy.
MAGA Republicans do not respect the Constitution. They do not believe in the rule of law. They do not recognize the will of the people.
The back and forth between a sitting president and his predecessor appears to be getting more aggressive with each passing day.
The Mar-a-Lago raid was a desperate effort to distract from Joe Biden's record of misery and failure.
Trump also had harsh words last night about the FBI's search of his Florida home last month.
The FBI and the Justice Department have become vicious monsters.
But Trump's own former Attorney General, Bill Barr, has said Trump had no justification to possess the classified documents seized at his home.
I can't think of a legitimate reason why they could be taken out of the government, away from the government.
A federal judge is still weighing whether to appoint a special master to review the documents seized at Mar-a-Lago. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
President Biden travels to Pittsburgh and Milwaukee tomorrow for Labor Day events. And we now take time to honor one of our four-state heroes. Private First Class Robert Poindexter, a Carthage, Missouri native, served in the Army from 1943 till 1944. He served in both Italy and Africa. He earned the Good Conduct Medal and 2 Bronze Stars. To Private First Class Robert Poindexter, we thank you, our four-state hero. And we'll be back with more after this. A Mississippi airport worker is under arrest this morning, accused of stealing a plane and threatening to crash it into an area Walmart. Police say he knew how to take off but didn't know how to land. CBS News correspondent Wendy Gillette reports on the hours-long saga in the sky.
Drone video shows the stolen plane after it safely landed in a soybean field in northern Mississippi. Dirt tracks marking the rough landing.
Like he right on top of our house.
For 5 hours, the plane circled around the small city of Tupelo. Radar tracking data shows his path. Police say the man at the controls, identified as Corey Patterson, initially threatened to crash into a Walmart, leading to an evacuation. The 29-year-old employee at Tupelo Regional Airport allegedly stole a fully fueled plane early Saturday when no one was staffing the airport tower.
After the initial threat, he did not want to hurt himself or anyone else, and I believe that we had what you would think would be the best case scenario.
While in the air, police say Patterson posted a message on Facebook, essentially saying goodbye. At the time, he was close to running out of fuel. Shortly after, he landed the plane.
He got his hands up.
Police quickly moved in to take him into custody.
He will get the help he needs as far as whatever he's dealing with.
Patterson is charged with grand larceny and making terroristic threats and will also likely face federal charges. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
To Memphis now, and new details come out tonight about a missing teacher whose abduction Friday while she was jogging and was caught on camera. CBS's Elise Preston is there with more.
A community is desperate for answers tonight after 34-year-old Eliza Fletcher was abducted while jogging early Friday morning near the University of Memphis. Police sharing these photos with the public in hopes someone might help locate her. But according to police records obtained by CBS News, additional unreleased surveillance video shows the well-known teacher violently abducted. Police say this man, Cleotha Abston, waited for the Memphis mother to run by him before grabbing her and forcing her into his SUV. Investigators say they found her phone and his sandals at the scene. Cell records showed Abston's phone in the area at the same time of Fletcher's disappearance. Her family pleading for her safe return.
We believe someone knows what happened and can help.
Miriam Smith attends church with Fletcher.
She's got a lot of tenacity. She's strong.
Outside of Fletcher's Memphis home, police collected evidence. They also hauled this dumpster away from the home of Abston's brother. Records show the suspect's brother told police he spotted the 38-year-old suspect scrubbing down the inside of his car with cleaner and, quote, acting strange.
Court records show the suspect has a criminal past here in Tennessee. He pleaded guilty to especially aggravated kidnapping in 2001. Meanwhile, Fletcher's family is offering a reward for her safe return. Elise Preston, CBS News, Memphis, Tennessee.
Later, Pittsburgh State and Missouri Southern hosted their season openers this past week. Danny Terzer will have more in sports.
And we had quite a few scattered showers and storms today. I'll be back in a minute to tell you where they'll be tomorrow, right after this. Well, folks, it was another warm and muggy day across the 4 states, and we had a few showers and thunderstorms thrown in there too. Most areas stayed dry though today, including down in southwestern Missouri, down near Seneca. They did have an earlier shower nearby this afternoon, but now it looks like it's pretty pleasant at the Indigo Sky Casino and Resort there in Seneca. All right, let's take a look at the highs today. 88 in Joplin was what we made it up to. We started out at 67. Of course, that was above the normal for this time of year, and the records are 102 and 41. Rainfall amounts varied across the area. Some folks, big old goose egg, 0. And other places picked up a little bit of rain, especially here in the Joplin area and points southward. And in fact, right now we're watching a thunderstorm down in southwestern McDonald County around Southwest City. And just to the east of there, they're picking up around 1.5 inches on radar. So wouldn't be surprised to see a good soaking down in this area as this storm has been persistent for the last couple of hours down in that area. Temperatures this afternoon, like I said, were very warm and toasty across the region with highs generally in the mid to upper 80s, even a few 90s, 91 in Welch, 83 in Nevada, and 88 here in Joplin was what we topped out at. A little bit cooler off to the east in Monette. Temperatures right now have cooled down just a little bit, especially in the areas where they did get some rainfall. 70 in Stockton, 72 in Monette, 77 in Grove, and 73 for our friends up in Yates Center. All right, let's take a look at the dew points because they've been up there too, and as a result, we've been feeling the muggies once again. 70 in Webb City right now with the dew point, 67 in Parsons. And when you look at the dew point tracker, we're generally anywhere from sticky to muggy out there, and that's helping fuel those thunderstorms during the afternoon hours. Your allergies, well, they were bad today, 11 out of 12. That's about as high as you can go on the scale. Tomorrow, a little bit of an improvement down to 10.6, but if you suffer from ragweed allergies, it's going to be pretty bad. All right, let's take a look at the temperature right now in Joplin, 73. Feels like 73. That's because the dew point 69, humidity is 87%, and the pressure is currently rising right now. Your forecast for tonight, not too bad. Partly cloudy skies with lows in the mid-70s, or mid-60s, I should say, across our area. A 67, a pretty popular number. Then tomorrow afternoon, scattered showers again, but tomorrow I think they're going to be further south into Oklahoma and northwestern Arkansas with a high of around 86 to 88 here in Joplin, may even touch 90 out towards the west. And then as we go through Monday night into Tuesday morning, again, lows in the mid-60s across our area with easterly winds. And then Tuesday afternoon, we're going to see temperatures rising once again up close to 90 degrees, and wouldn't be surprised if Joplin actually touched 90 as well. 90 in Miami, 93 in Nowata, and 91 up in Eureka. Then as we go through Wednesday morning, we're going to see lows once again in the mid-60s across our area with easterly winds. Your 7-day forecast looks like this. 88 tomorrow, best chance of storms down to the south. And then as we go through the middle part of the week, it turns drier and warmer with highs near 90. But look at that. Next weekend, we might actually have a little tease of fall with a high of only 81 degrees. Wouldn't that be nice?
I'm all for it. I've been waiting for this fall weather. It's been a brutal summer.
Football weather.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
And with that being said, Pitt State and Missouri Southern kicked off their football seasons this past Thursday.
Yeah, we'll hear from both coaches coming up. Plus, Albert Pujols continues to leave us all speechless. That's next.
No.
Pittsburgh State hosted Central Missouri for their first game of the season on Thursday, and the Gorillas got the win in front of their home crowd, 21-10. Pitt State's passing game was sharp. Quarterback Chad Dodson threw for 387 yards and 3 touchdowns. 2 of those were 50-plus yard plays, but it took until the second quarter for the Gorillas to get going. Head coach Brian Wright hopes to make some adjustments, ahead of their next game on Saturday against a tough Nebraska Kearney team.
Whatever could go wrong at times felt like it did sometimes on the offensive side with, the turnovers and just missing some guys, up front, and things that were happening out there seemed to be uncharacteristic of us. Couldn't generate a lot of consistent offense. That was disappointing, but the big plays there early on made up for that. I think there's a lot to get better at for sure.
The Missouri Southern Lions fought hard against the 14th ranked team in the country. Southern fell to Nebraska Kearney 24-7 in their season opener on Thursday. The defense looked pretty good. They held the Lopers and their star quarterback to just 17 points. Dylan Bolden had his first pick of the season, which led to the Lions' sole touchdown. Richard Jordan Jr. led the team with 16 tackles, but the Lions just couldn't move the ball downfield. They had less than 200 total yards in the game. And here's head coach Atiba Bradley on Southern's offensive struggles.
Untimely mistakes, man. When you're playing a top-ranked team, we don't have to be perfect. We don't have to be superhero, but we've got to operate at a high efficiency, and we did not do that. Too many drops, too many missed throws. Our pass pro wasn't what it needed to be, and so all things that we can get corrected. There were some fundamentals that were lacking, and we will get it fixed.
The St. Louis Cardinals have now won 6 of their last 7 games, heading into today's series finale against the Chicago Cubs. Cards going for the sweep, scoreless in the 4th, ground ball up the middle. Tommy Edman lays out to get the out at first. Next inning, Miles Michaelis in command, gets a few strikeouts here. He goes 8 innings, allowing 2 hits and no runs. To the 8th now, still tied at 0. Albert Pujols comes in to pinch hit, and he does his thing, 2-run home run. That's 695 of his career. Now 1 behind A-Rod for 4th most all time. And look at Busch Stadium just erupt behind him. All right, last chance for the Cubs here. Edman, though, spoils it. He turns the double play, and that's the ball game. And a Gatorade shower for Pujols, 2-0 the final. Kansas City aims for back-to-back wins against Detroit. Royals up 2-0 in the 4th. Harold Castro goes deep for a game-tying 2-run home run. Next inning, Tigers at bat. Ball takes a weird bounce off the mound. Bobby Witt Jr. makes the grab and slings it to first for the out. What a play. To the 8th now, MJ Melendez lines it to left for a double. Nicky Lopez races for home to score the go-ahead run, but he's tagged out, still tied at 2. Same inning, another chance for the Royals here. Witt slips it through the left side. Melendez scores, and the Royals hang on to win 3-2. That's a look at sports. We're back after this.
Labor Day weekend is typically very slow at the box office, so theaters try to lure moviegoers with ticket discounts and re-releases of popular movies. David Daniel has early estimates for the top 5 films through the Friday weekend.
Festivities are about to start.
After one weekend on top, The Invitation fell to 5th place with $4.7 million. Bullet Train pulled into the station in 4th place, earning $5.4 million. DC League of Super Pets moved up to 3rd on ticket sales of $5.45 million.
Your instructor is one of the finest pilots this program has ever produced.
Top Gun Maverick took aim at the top spot but had to settle for 2nd with $5.5 million. Spider-Man No Way Home, one of the biggest movies of last year, returned to theaters and swung to the top spot, grossing $6 million. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
I mean, I've been cooped up in here all weekend, so I wasn't able to take advantage of, the deals and stuff that they had. But for those of you at home, I hope you were able to. Sam, what do we have in weather?
Well, we have a few scattered showers and storms possible again tomorrow, but it'll mainly be down to the south, and then we turn drier and warmer for the week. But the long-range models indicate we may have a taste of fall in here by next weekend.
Yeah,
wouldn't that be nice?
I'm seeing that 81 degrees next Sunday with no rain or anything.
I know.
So Fingers crossed that we're
Yes.
hitting that turn and fall weather is
We
on the
definitely need
horizon.
some cooler weather in here after the summer that we've had and all the dry conditions. We need more rain. That's the real big thing that we need.
Absolutely. Hopefully that hurricane is going to help us out.
Well, unfortunately, it looks like he's going to stay off the East Coast.
Oh,
this
man.
one.
All right, Danny, what do you have?
Well, no rain on Fridays, if I can put in one request. But anyway, Cardinals, Royals, they both take care of business today. They win in their series finales.
Albert Pujols continues
Amazing.
to hit dingers.
He's just grinding them out right now. It's
Absolutely.
incredible.
All right, well, that's our time for now. Remember, we're always on at KOAMNewsNow.com and with the KOAM News Now app. Thanks for making us part of your night. We hope you have a good one.